what's up, squad? Hope you guys are doing well. I just came back from the gym and I decided to go live stream today. Um, so yeah, as you guys can see by the title, I'm gonna do some more reactions. Quickly, I want to talk to you guys about Def Noodles. So, if you guys remember yesterday, I actually made I photoshopped his like cringy thirst traps, and I gave him like the Giga Chad kind of like the pseudo look, like Giga Chad from Wish. Um, and you guys saw that I retweeted that. You got to look at my older live stream from yesterday actually, and yeah, he retweeted that. Like I retweeted that to him to like his cringy pics, and then he ended up using it. Like, let me show you guys real quick. Like, I can't believe it. Like, and this isn't the first one. Let me show you the first one. I don't want to show you like too much of it because I don't even know if I'm gonna get age restricted. But he used it yesterday. Oh yeah. Like he was like, I'm gonna go live stream today, and talk about the hate videos. And long and behold, this is exactly what he did. He used like the one I retweeted him on. I got myself in this mess, and I'm gonna document it wherever it goes. It's just what happens. Apparently, you guys seem to watch this more as it seems to get more attention, and that's good because I try to mix it up a lot. Give you guys different things, but it seems like a lot of people are kind of invested in what's going on with Dap Noodles, as it's a lot of confusion, disappointment, and or everything in between. So yeah, he ended up stealing my joke. And of course, Babs and I always back each other up when we roast him in the comment section. And that's what I ended up doing. Oh, right here I can show you guys where he like kind of like took my jokes. But you guys could see I was over here kind of like live streaming it. Oh my god. And then when I was in Red Bar, watching Red Bar, that's when I retweeted it. Look what I put on Twitter. You guys can see he has his cringe thirst traps here. And he has like, and I retweeted this one on here, and he ended up seeing that one and using it. Oh my god. Yikes. Yeah, shout out Babs for backing me up on that. Oh yeah, real quick, I'm kind of looking at MCR, and they're coming to Florida this Saturday. And I'm looking at the tickets, and oh my god, dude, this looks interesting. So, I'm just going by myself. I'm going to see if I can live stream it. Hopefully my phone don't die or anything. I probably need to bring like a extra charger or something with me. Like, this is like the first concert I'm going to. I'm going to be real with you guys. So, it's going to be hella interesting. Damn, you can go where they at? Oh, wow, that's crazy. Damn, the garage floor is like, wow, bro. hold on. Let me look at it again. Hold on. Wait, I gotta see what they got more. Should I bring my frat merch to MCR? I don't know what to bring to MCR. I'll probably bring my frat merch. Which one can I spoil myself? I gotta see the premium scene as well, dude. You know what? I'm going for the. Okay, I'm going for a roll. Hold on. I gotta, spoil myself. Okay. I just scheduled for MCR. I'm gonna go see them this Saturday. I must be looking if I could live stream it. Cause you guys know I want to live stream daily. So yeah, I'm actually excited for this. Hopefully I could pick up some merch and whatnot. We'll see. Oh man, it's gonna be like 89 degrees. So I'm gonna wear something light. I'll probably just wear like my frat merch. But yeah, that's dope. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is the first concert I'm going to. I could have gone to the Bad Bunny one, but I want to see MCR. Actually, have been listening to MCR for a long time, and it's gonna be wild me going there. Hold on, I gotta message him. Oh, by the way, since I'm talking about MCR, there was an incident that happened. It was it actually happened to be involved with cops. I'm not gonna go too much into that, but they kind of let's say they went overboard with someone I know. I'm trying to be I'm not trying to throw out too much info since it's private. I just want to give you guys the idea. And this kind of messed us up financially. Not that I'm like complaining on the person involved, but it's just like annoying how these cops, they just decided to look into like petty reasons just to like disturb time and disturb like our finances and whatnot. And it's just annoying. Okay, so the MCR is gonna be Saturday at 8:30, so we gonna see how that gonna be. Wait, I gotta like send that to somebody. Yeah, so yeah, I updated them on that, bro. I said on my Snapchat that I was going to the MCR. But yeah, that's what ended up happening. Like this week, like you guys might have heard me say yesterday, like, oh man, this week is crazy. Well, it's just like the cops messed us up. Like really, they got us really confused, frustrated. Like obviously, you can't be showing anger. We gotta be calm and collected. But it's just frustrating that for petty reasons, they just disrupt us. Like, I don't know what's going on, but yeah, that was annoying. And I'm not gonna be like here, oh, like, all political, defund police, whatever. No. I'm just telling you guys, you know, what my experience was. It's just annoying that people like that, just look at every little detail just to mess you up. Thankfully, it didn't go, you know, as bad as, you know, I've heard and seen, but, you know, still a disruption, you know, to our plans, to our life. And yeah, that's like ridiculous. Oh, yeah, I do. I don't even know. Bro, yeah, like, that is just annoying, dude. So that's why it kind of sounded a bit kind of like I guess I wasn't speaking more animated as I usually do. It's just like I was just like annoyed with like, you know, the comments doing that. Oh yeah, I was going to text somebody. Oh man. Okay, so yeah, I was gonna watch. You know, I'm talking a lot. I actually want to watch Tommy NFG. Is that his name? I've been watching this guy. He actually has a lot of interesting videos. And Dennis Generosity, I think, is also his name. So yeah, this is bound to be interesting, so let's go.
A creature known in the digital space as a person who entertains, or tries to at least in some way. To be honest, we have no clue what we're doing. But the internet throughout time has become more accepting for content creation as a career path, and that has only boosted the popularity of it. I mean, every kid at this point already pops out their mother's vagina wanting to be a YouTuber. But with every rise comes every fall, and online fan bases have only gotten worse and worse throughout the years. Mainly due to Twitter. But I digress. I think there's one thing a lot of people really need to get in their head. Your favorite content creators that you watch every waking minute of your life do not know you. Probably will never know you, and might not even personally like you. I know, sad. Mr. Beast won't notice your one view and comment out of 60 million. KSI won't reply back to you on Twitter. And iShowSpeed will never notice your fan video of you doing his twerk dance. I mean, how could they? Those disgusting human beings. But in reality, they're not in the wrong at all. You see, more and more as people have been getting big on the internet and staying inside their houses more to watch these people on the internet, you start to grow a strong relationship with the person you're watching. It's only human nature to do it. It's kind of like when you're watching any TV show, and you feel like you can relate to the character and their struggles. But obviously, you know that person is not real. There is that 1% of the population that doesn't understand this. Stranger Things fans. But everyone else is good. There's automatically a boundary of reality from fiction. But now it's different. If I'm sitting down in the house all day and watching clips of these real people all the time, I start to know more and more about them. For some YouTubers, you have literally watched them grow up through their channel, and it can actually feel pretty special. But people need to understand that there's a clear line between you guys. People who make content online are doing it to entertain a mass group of people, not be your friend. You see, there's some little thing we have called a parasocial relationship.
Here we go. in that parasocial theme.
Parasocial relationship is pretty much a completely one-sided relationship. It's someone who imagines that they're friends with someone that just doesn't know them. And some of you who have never experienced it might think it's weird, but it's actually a pretty normal thing that happens. Ever since the birth of the internet, this has always happened. For me, I started to see it first happen with Justin Bieber fans back in the 2010s. I mean, they had a whole ass fandom called the Beliebers. Justin Bieber really had a choke on these bitches back in the 2010s. These girls would study every single thing Justin Bieber did like he was God himself. Pretty much anything he said, they would live by it like it was gospel. And it didn't help that he encouraged it. He was out here writing Beliebers on his arm and holding signs saying, "I love my Beliebers." He probably just thought he was showing some love and support to the fans, but that only made them feel like they were even closer to him. In reality, though, he was just looking at them like they were a number. His power was so strong that 4chan and Redditors even created multiple hoaxes off of him. I remember one hoax that was started saying Justin Bieber had cancer on Twitter, and I'm not fucking joking.
The new Mentos Pure Fresh Gum Bottle is 90% paperboard, which is less painful.
So this rumor started, and after one Google search you could tell it was a fake rumor. Let's be real, it's the internet. No one wants to do research anymore. So 4chaners just faked a couple of screenshots showing that Justin Bieber had cancer, and him saying that the hashtag ball for Bieber was a great way to support him. But these dumbasses not only bought the story.
Oh my god, I remember when this happened. Oh god. What a time to be alive.
They shaved their fucking heads.
Wait. There was like a moment where, The Onion, I don't know if you guys know The Onion. They're like a parody news. And they ended up like, reporting that Justin Bieber was like actually a PDF file that had like I guess like a prosthetic mask of him looking younger, and it was actually like an old creepy dude, and he would use like a voice chip. Like, I don't think I could show that video because, you know, YouTube would just like, yeah, they're not gonna let me watch that, but I'm just giving you guys a description. You guys can look it up, it's on YouTube. Like, I remember seeing that and I thought it was real because people in school were like, "Oh, did you guys look at that? Oh my god, like, I didn't even know he was that. Wow." And like, did you guys see like the mask peel off? Like, it showed like the picture, like the mask peeling off, and you can see like the real skin and like where like the eyelid just kind of comes off. It was crazy. And people actually believed it. I actually believed it. I was actually scared. I was like, wow, this guy is over here like trying to prey on people.
Because of it. Not knowing it was a hoax. But this was kind of the forefront of how internet fandoms were turned out in the future. Now we see this happen even more. Creators starting special hashtags for their fans, and there's more on top of this. Content creators wearing merch in their videos, sending out messages through tweets and Instagram, and also making up terms only people in their community would know. But you have to see, Justin Bieber was a celebrity and had limited contact with his fans. He had security and could stay safe away from anything potentially happening. Nowadays, a regular content creator does not have that, and it's a bad thing. People are more obsessive than ever over content creators now, repping their profile pictures, wearing their merch, repping their names in their bios, and being involved in the community of people that support that person. A lot of you may think that doesn't sound.
I'm gonna be real with you guys. Back like in high school, I was into like the sneakerhead YouTubers like Kai Somar, Sneakerhead from the Bay, Tony82 Wild. Oh man, they were like really fun to watch. It just looked cool how, you know, they kind of were in like smaller apartments that also looked beat up, and then they started moving into like more better looking ones. And then you can see like the collections of sneakers, and you know, that was always cool to me, just seeing them like grow together as a community as well, like do videos together, skits, SneakerCon. Oh my god, you know, it just felt like something else. It kind of felt, and you know, I was like, this is when I started like collecting sneakers in general, and you know, it was like really fun. But over time, you know, I just got over sneakers, and you know, I just forgot the community, but it just like brought me to like a better place. Oh my bad. And it kind of felt like parasocial, I'm gonna be real with you. Because I just, you know, I was like, oh man, I kind of want the lifestyle, you know, I want to work at YouTube. I want to like do these like lifestyle videos. If you guys look at my original videos, they were like my vlogs. Hopefully I can show you guys my vlogs since I ended up privating them, because some of them, to be frank with you guys, are cringe. But yeah, I was trying to emulate being these guys because, you know, I always wanted to be a YouTuber, believe it or not.
too bad. All these people supporting a person. What's the matter with that? No, that is not the reason it's bad. It's because people rely on them almost too much. What's made it worse too is social media apps. Things like Instagram, Twitter, and Discord. Because now niggas have a foolproof way to send shit to someone. Back in the old whippersnapper days, the only way to contact celebrities was by sending fan letters to them, calling a fan phone line, or I don't know, maybe attaching a letter to a bird and sending it to them. But nowadays it's completely different. Anyone can send a DM to literally anyone now. And although there's no guarantee that they're going to check it, that does not stop y'all niggas from acting up. Y'all will DM someone sometimes nearly daily just to get a response.
Yeah, like, celebrity worship in general is like really bad. Like, I kind of grew out of that phase. I feel like a lot of kids, they might be socially, what's the word, stunted, I believe, since, you know, the panoramic happened and that messed up with them. And I think that's when they begin to have like a more parasocial relationship with the favorite, let's say, rapper, singer, influencer, YouTuber, content creator, whatever it may be. But yeah, it just showed you guys, like, it's not a healthy thing. Like, here's my take. You could appreciate somebody's work, but not obsess over it to the point where you alter yourself and your lifestyle for them. Like, you gotta have your own identity.
Praying and hoping to God that they will see it and respond one day. But the harsh reality is, for most of the time, it's never going to happen. The biggest content creators get hundreds, if not thousands, of messages daily. But you think your DM of asking them how their day is going is going to get special treatment? Nigga, their day is going perfectly fine. Like, this is how I imagine some of y'all think it goes. Oh, Taint Tickler 472 is texting and calling me on Instagram? Must be important. Let me drop everything I'm doing right now to talk to them. Discord has by far made it worse than it ever has been. It's something about you Discord niggas that's just different sometimes. Most content creators have a Discord by now. It's by far the best way to build a community, but also features some of the worst people you'll ever grace eyes on in this earth. And a lot of content creators also have their DMs open to get messages from the community. I used to have this feature on too. It was cool because hella people would DM me nice things and supporting messages. But the other half would send me the most god-awful, horrifying, crazy messages that have ever graced this earth. From people.
Our Discord is wild, man. Like, I have, I'm in a Discord. I actually have my own Discord. Anybody could join it, really. But I'm like in the music production Discord. And I'm also, you know, with my squad's Discord. It's like crazy things.
People sending me racist messages, threatening messages, or trying to call me and message me about personal issues they're having in their life. What the fuck am I, the content creator, supposed to do about your personal issue? I can't come out the screen and save you, my nigga. Please seek help somewhere else. And because of that, I had to turn it back to friends only mode. But that's just a small power the parasocial relationship has on people. Because I used to like to respond to people a lot in the past when I was smaller. I used to nearly respond to every fucking Instagram DM. And people would take that little reply I gave with the laughing emoji to all of a sudden that we've been best friends forever. Sending me good morning texts daily like they're my girl, or asking me opinions on the political state of the current world. Like, nigga, I don't know you, and I'm only a small YouTuber. I get this on a way smaller scale compared to other people. Imagine how bad it is for the biggest creators on the platform, who put on millions of subs and views, and not only have fans that want to spy on them, but the media on their dick as well. I mean, have you seen how many times the media try to cancel Mr. Beast? All this man does is give out money and they try to still find a way to do it. This also goes the same for anywhere though. For example, streamers. There are two options for how stream chats are. They're either calmly and nicely moderated, or a nuclear wasteland of garbage. But either way, all streams welcome things like subscriptions and donations. When someone is actively paying for a subscription to something, they expect a return. If I pay for a Feed Finder premium subscription, I expect to see high quality feed on my feed daily. But for streamers, it's different. Instead of paying and getting instantly access to that person like a Netflix catalog, their videos are usually free to watch on YouTube. They have to go live for you to get your money's worth. The problem is though that they're a regular human being, not a multi-billion-dollar corporation with thousands of studios. So
it's just my dog. You know, he decides to come in randomly.
Then that leads to people bitching.
Oh, yeah, so I actually got in this like long thread argument on Twitter about pit bulls. Like, goodness sake. Like, they were calling for like genocide for pit bulls and other aggressive breeds. Like, goodness sake. Get some help.
Bitching and complaining when streamers decide to miss one day of streaming. Like there's some multi-corporate content machine. But the money aspect makes the parasocial aspect even worse. I think on Twitch, the parasocial aspect is probably 100 times worse than anywhere else. I swear.
Oh, yeah. Twitch is toxicity like times 10. Like, everything about that place brings up the worst of people. I would say it's on par with Twitter.
Or people will do absolutely anything just to get noticed by a streamer. Y'all will donate thousands of dollars to the same streamer just to get a thank you, or spam in their chats to get noticed, just to get banned for doing it. And then there's also the aspect of TTS, donating a certain amount of money to the streamer, and a message playing out loud for them to react to. This is probably the worst one out of all of them, because the streamer is guaranteed to hear what you say as long as you donate to them. So some people say the most wild shit ever just to get a reaction from them, which helps build even more of a parasocial relationship. But in reality, you're just one donations out of the hundreds of others. But the problem out of all of these cases of parasocial weirdos is there's people who take it way too far. You got people who dox a creator and legit show up to their house. And look, my nigga, if you ever show up to a creator's house, what the fuck do you expect them to do? They're not going to act like your friend and just take a picture with you and let you have dinner with them in the house. They don't know you. And some of these YouTubers are better than me. Because if someone ever showed up to my house, I'm putting down my good old American rights on it. This type of stuff I feel is an outlet to disconnect with creators and their audience. Because no matter what, they always have to be worried about these weirdos. It kind of pushes the creator to be more private. I mean, I feel like back in the old days of YouTube, people were just talking about whatever they felt like. But now if you do that, not only do you have a risk of privacy, but you also have a risk of getting canceled for some bullshit. However, all of the fault is not only on the viewer. Some creators make it seem like they have a personal connection with every single one of their viewers. An example is when you ever see a creator give out a number to text people. Now, they may be doing this in good fun. Most people know at the end of the day it isn't a fucking real number. But that won't stop people from feeling like they just got Mr. Beast's personal phone number and texting him every waking minute of his life. There just needs to be boundaries set off the bat. And now after becoming a content creator myself, I now understand why so many niggas go on breaks. People just cannot understand boundaries. And that creators have a life that's not all on the internet. A lot of viewers look at creators like they aren't living people. Like they're just a fucking content machine that dumps out videos and are soulless human beings. Well, granted, there are some YouTubers that are definitely like that, but not all of us. So you may be asking what was the point of this video. I mean, it's literally named why your favorite YouTuber doesn't like you. At the end of the day, people need to remember this. You're one out of hundreds, thousands, and millions of people. And you need to remember that they're trying to entertain multiple people. They don't know you or your life, little bro, so they cannot personally like you. And even if they did meet you, there's no guarantee that they would fucking like you. It's more of creators liking the support that you actually give them. And I feel like that's pretty obvious, but some people just cannot fathom that through their head. Just because you think you would be good friends with them doesn't mean you are. And 99% of content creators do not even closely act the same way they do on camera off of it. Instead, focus making friends on the real world, aka go touch some grass, nigga. Or you can even just join their community and make friends with the people that are in it. So I hope that jumbled up rant kind of makes sense. Also, I want to give some credit. I saw these guys' videos and wanted to put my personal inputs on it, so go check them out. But as always, follow my Instagram and TikTok. As always, I love you guys consensually, and until next time, I'm out.
W video. This thing is like really healthy. In general, good advice for people that, you know, participate like in all these like social relationships that we see are now more prevalent. Oh my god, the DJ Khaled meme. Oh my god, that Def Noodles meme, bruh. Thank you for reassuring me that you probably hate me. Someone's gotta hate you, man. In order to be loved, you gotta be hated as well. Yeah, this guy has some good videos. Oh, I wanted to see this one. I saved this one. I watched everything else except this one because I wanted to save it with you guys.
Global business owners ready for the next.
Let me look at the generosity on the next one.
Over the years, I've wondered about many things that have happened in life. As people, we need to question some of these things that happen in our life in general. For example, why is W shaped like two V's instead of two U's? It's pronounced double U, so it should look like two U's put together, but it's shaped like two V's. Why did Michelle Obama ruin school lunches for kids? Baked chips, 65% less fat. Nigga, come on, no one wants that healthy ass shit. And the final question, why did Adobe get rid of Adobe Flash Player? I swear, this decision single-handedly altered life in a way we can never go back. And you may think I'm over-exaggerating, but look at the date it happened. December 31st, 2020. Exactly a day before the year of 2021, known as one of the worst years in existence. There's no way this was just a coincidence. All kids from the 90s or 2000s grew up using Adobe Flash Player. The amount of memories I've made from the games here is just absolutely astonishing. Fireboy and Water Girl was a personal favorite of mine. My childhood crushes as a kid go as the following: Kim Possible, one for—
I'm sorry, I'm pulling up yeah, bro, like the early day, you know, the goth girls. Ooh, man. Yeah, that started something for a lot of people.
Over the years, I've wondered about many things that have happened in life. As people, we need to question some of these things that happen in our life in general. For example, why is W shaped like two V's instead of two U's? It's pronounced double U, so it should look like two U's put together, but it's shaped like two V's. Why did Michelle Obama ruin school lunches for kids? Baked chips, 65% less fat. Nigga, come on, no one wants that healthy ass shit. And the final question, why did Adobe get rid of Adobe Flash Player? I swear, this decision single-handedly altered life in a way we can never go back. And you may think I'm over-exaggerating, but look at the date it happened. December 31st, 2020. Exactly a day before the year of 2020.
A day after my birthday? Oh my god!
Known as one of the worst years in existence. There's no way this was just a coincidence. All kids from the 90s or 2000s grew up using Adobe Flash Player. The amount of memories I made from the games here is just absolutely astonishing. Fireboy and Water Girl was a personal favorite of mine. My childhood crushes.
Bro, I used to play this in Boys and Girls Club. Should I talk more about Boys and Girls Club? Man, I have some fond memories about them. Maybe I'll talk more about them.
As a kid, go as the following: Kim Possible, one from Total Drama Island, and Water Girl. I think I popped my first ever boner after seeing Water Girl on my computer screen. I remember finishing my schoolwork in class and then hopping on Cool Math Games. Shout out to Cool Math Games, man. I would always load up this bad boy just to pass the time. And the good thing is it was okay to play on school because it was on Cool Math Games. Technically, it's a puzzle. You need to figure out mathematically how to move and shit, I guess. That's learning, right? The objective of the game was quite simple too. Move the characters, solve the puzzles, and try to make it to the end. But let's be honest, no one ever made it to the end. Shit was too long. 32 fucking levels. Yeah, miss me with that. What made the game great too is you could play with a second person, and it wasn't confusing to learn at all. All you do was move and jump. Your grandmother who's never touched a computer in her life could probably play this game. It's kind of like playing the original Super Mario Bros. And not knowing how to play it. Nigga, you just jump and hit blocks with your head. And if the person you're playing with was somehow stupid enough not to know how to play it, then just play by yourself. Oh yeah, you could also play by yourself as well. What's there to not like about this? If you thought niggas truly just weren't as smart as you, then you could go through it by solving everything single-handedly. That or you had no friends to play with. You know, not me. I mean, I totally have friends to play with. Yeah, totally. Fancy Pants Adventure also hit different. This list is truly about to make—
Dude. Man, I think they even have it on iOS, but yeah, like, I was playing that game like crazy. Like, the whole series, it's just, like, really interesting to me. I like the way, like, the level designs are. It could be annoying at times, but it was still fun at the end of the day.
Make me cry. When everyone thinks of Adobe Flash games, this man has to pop up. The concept of Fancy Pants was quite simple. Run as fast as you can, stomp any nigga out in your path, and complete the game. I swear, the animations in this game were so fucking fire too. Anything Fancy Pants did was just smooth as shit. The way he ran while his hair flowed through the air, the way he opened the door and hopped through it, even the way he stood still was hard. And he did all these acrobatic, insane moves while being in a single pair of pants. Orange pants at that. Usually orange pants cannot hold any type of drip. Have you ever seen a nigga wearing orange pants in public? Exactly. But when it's Fancy Pants wearing orange pants, it's fucking drip. Super Smash Flash was also a great choice to me.
Oh, dude, like the squad and I actually played that one during like mid-school. We, you know, after school, we would just like go on the computers and play that. It was so fun.
Who couldn't afford Super Smash Bros. Like me used to play? It was basically Hood Super Smash Bros. But honestly, it was kind of better than the original Super Smash Bros. I swear, this game was ahead of its time and popularized the multiverse aspect. Since it didn't have to deal with copyright because it was an online internet game, they could add any person in that bitch they wanted to. From Nintendo characters like Mario or Link, to adding comic book characters like Spider-Man, to even adding fucking anime characters like Goku, Naruto, Luffy, Ichigo, and all of that. It just truly hit different. What made it great too is that you could have 4 players in that bitch. I remember playing with 4 of my friends and we all tried to play with one single keyboard, which was still one of the hardest things I've ever done today. Nothing in school has ever topped it. You had 8 hands on 1 keyboard, and the rage for this game was beyond different, because it's not like you're playing your friends online. Or as a matter of fact, even in a controller-like distance, you're all right next to each other on the same keyboard. So if that unhinged ass nigga in the group gets mad that you whoop their ass, they can start swinging on you with no problems. And I know a lot of people would complain saying it was too choppy or too laggy, but at the same time, it was the only Smash game where you could have Luffy, SpongeBob, Crash Bandicoot, and Mario all fighting at the same time. The Papa Louie game franchise is not given enough credit either. This shit really taught me how to chef it up in the kitchen in all different types of ways. First off, we had Papa's Pizzeria, which is still one of the most iconic games to date, and for a reason. This game fucking slapped. They made a game that's a real job and shouldn't be fun. I was putting the pepperonis on those pizzas with the utmost highest of accuracy, cutting the pizzas precisely to ensure the customer wasn't upset, baking them to perfection while keeping the cheese golden brown and the crust crispy, and it was all worth it in the end after seeing the customer's happy face. They was always tipping me. I was just a top tier employee. But you cannot forget about the other classics in this franchise as well. You had Papa's Freezeria, Papa's Burgeria, Papa's Wingeria, Papa's Tacomeria, Papa's Freezeria, and
how many businesses does Papa have? Wow.
Of course, the Hot Doggeria. They really missed out not naming it Glizzeria. A true hood classic franchise. This game really taught you niggas how to work the jobs you're working right now as well. Papa's Pizzeria, nigga, you work at Domino's. Papa's Freezeria, nigga, you work at Cold Stone. Papa's Burgeria, nigga, you work at McDonald's. So thank Papa Louie for teaching you about your future job and how to work it as well. But there's one game in this list that I haven't mentioned that just absolutely tops them all. Something so traumatizing when kids simply see the image, they cower in fear. Not even God himself could challenge this game and condemn it straight to hell. Get ready to get PTSD in 3, 2, 1. I don't care what anyone says. No matter what new gen horror game comes out, they can add as many new scary features into them. They still will never top the first time I played Scary Maze game and got jump scared by this bitch. I still have PTSD from the first day this happened to me. Whoever made this game needs to be put in prison for the amount of kids they traumatized. Even talking about it is just bringing bad memories back. Who thought it was a good idea to make this game? How could something be so simple yet so traumatizing? I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Let's just move on. Balloon's tower defense needs no introduction.
Oh man, like I remember when, you know, it was new, a new thing, like Scary Maze. Like you had all the videos on YouTube, like the person punching the screen. That was fun. Yeah, that was a time. Like I don't know, it was like the golden age of YouTube as well.
This game has transcended even being known as an Adobe Flash game. I was really out here making military lineups to destroy some fucking balloons. And I love it. The amount of games this franchise has just proves how goated it was. And your favorite monkey in this really said a lot about you. I used to love the OG one that looked like Superman. Bro shot lasers out his eyes like he was Homelander. What's there not to love about it? Shit would also get hectic real quick in the game. It would start off so slow with balloons coming out one at a time, and then end up looking like this. What the fuck is even going on here? But as long as you set up your formation right, you were good to go. Henry Stickman was by far one of my favorite Flash games as well. This man right here was a true menace in whatever he did. He always put himself in situations he really never needed to be in. Stealing the diamond, infiltrating the airship, escaping the prison, fleeing the compound. How the hell did he get into these predicaments? And there were always so many options of what you could do at each point in the story. I swear, this nigga was so stupid sometimes. Like the time he used a teleporter to escape prison, only to be teleported in a shooting range and get his head shot off. Or the time he tried to use a laser cutter to steal the diamond out the case, only to chop his fucking body in half. But all the choices you had in the game is what made it fun. You could escape in so many different ways that you would never ever think of. It was a true staple in making games interactive with the user. Something I still don't think is top to this day. No interactive game will reach the level that the Henry Stickman franchise has still reached to this day. Happy Wheels was also one of the GOATs in this era. And
Hey, it's me, your skin. Some cleansers get us clean, but take my moisture.
Wait.
Cleansers help me maintain my moisture balance with hyaluronic acid plus 3 essential salicylates to help restore my natural barrier. So we're CeraVe Clean.
CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser.
Oh, hold on, I gotta delete that. What? Wait. So it got rescheduled. I gotta look at the MCR thing real quick. Okay, so... Alright, so never mind, okay, I'm good. I was like, oh god, I thought I messed up. So yeah, it was actually rescheduled from last year. Actually from 2020, I think they rescheduled after the panoramic.
Happy Wheels made so many YouTubers' careers. Half the biggest YouTubers now would—
Oh my god. I think this channel, I actually had an old video of it, but I deleted it. It was just me with like a cheat mic and just like Hypercam. Oh man, what a time.
Be nothing without Happy Wheels. I feel like this game also got me used to seeing gore at a young age. That and Happy Tree Friends. Yeah, we don't talk about Happy Tree Friends. I really had no business playing this game at 10 and watching these people's bodies getting ripped in half from the most gruesome things ever. But that's what made it fun and made me the man I am today. The amount of things you could do in this game was honestly just insane for the time. People were so creative in the levels they made for this game. I remember specifically playing the sword levels on this game and trying to speedrun them, or the ball throws and trying to beat the entire thing. Also the bottle runs and trying to complete those levels. There was just so much to do that I can't even go over it in this whole video. And now I know people like to talk about deadbeat dads in cartoons or animes, but y'all truly forgot about this nigga right here. The dad on the bike with this kid is the worst dad ever. The amount of times I would play this game and the kid died was wild. Child Protective Services was just non-existent in this universe. He was always flying out the car seat in some type of way. Why is he never strapped down correctly? And the dad would just keep moving after the fact like nothing happened. No emotions or anything on his face. But I hate to say it, it was kind of funny seeing that kid flying out the car seat. You're lying if you never laughed at this kid getting launched out the car seat at Mach 10. Living in this universe would just not be viable as a regular person. I'd rather live in Gotham than live in this universe. Because no matter what, you're going to die in some gruesome way. They didn't even care if it was a kid getting folded. No one was safe. Super Mario 63. Now I'm not sure how many people actually know about this game, but holy shit was this game amazing. It was sort of a bootleg Super Mario 64, but I honestly do not care what anyone says. This was way funner than any Mario game at the time. The fact that you could play this game without having to own a Nintendo device was great. Actual effort was put into the game's design as well. There was multiple worlds, different power-ups. They even added the FUD device Mario Warner's back in the original games. All for free as long as you had a computer and Adobe Flash Player. I'm surprised they didn't get sued by Nintendo. The way Nintendo hands out lawsuits, I would—
Man, that was a game. And then it was like Super Mario 63 Maker. That was even more fun. I spent like hours on that one in days.
I think the creators would get like 10 life sentences. And the last game we absolutely cannot forget about. A classic game that only needs one word for an introduction. The most go-to cool math games game when you were in class and bored. The best time killer to this day. AKA the game known as Run. Let's clap it up for this little alien nigga right here. Every single game in this franchise was an absolute banger. Before kids had Fortnite, before kids had Roblox. Shit, even before kids had Minecraft. This was the absolute best boredom killer for the time. Something about running down the endless course while doing parkour was just so fun. The starry night in the background while running and trying to dodge the holes that would suck you into the vacuum of space hit different. It's just true nostalgia and gaming at its finest. I could sit through this game for hours and hours and be left alone. If I'm ever on my deathbed and the doctor tells me I only have 1 hour to live, well, you know what I'm doing for the last hour of my life. And the great thing, like I said, is that this was on cool math games. So I would be in school with the computer pretending to do some work when the teacher walked by, then switch the tab right back to cool math games and continue playing the game. Overall, I think we need to give Adobe Flash Player more credit for making our childhoods. Some of the best moments I've ever had in my life were because of Adobe Flash Player games. There's so many more games I didn't mention because this video would just go on for hours and hours. The sad thing too is that in the future, kids are really going to ask us, what is Adobe Flash Player? And it's going to be our quote-unquote old head term when we talk about it. Kind of like when your parents talk about things that were popular in the past. Then you just look at them like, God damn, you old. But I have a real bone to pick with Adobe. Why did you guys end Adobe Flash Player? It seriously still makes no sense to me. It's not like you were losing money from having it run. And even if you were losing some money, that doesn't fucking matter. You know how much Adobe charges me a year just to edit my videos in Premiere Pro? $240 a year. That alone is probably the budget it takes to run Adobe Flash Player. So don't act like you did it because of budget issues. And they say it was also because of security issues. You think I care about that? Who cares if we need to sacrifice a couple of computers to keep it running? I'll gladly smoke in the pack of those computers to keep Adobe Flash running. But as a wise man once said, don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. And also as a wise man once said, follow me on Instagram and TikTok. As always, I love you guys consensually. And until next time, I'm out.
Hey, yeah, bro, like, those were the time of my life, I'm gonna be honest with you. Fancy Pants, yeah. Duck Life was also, like, a fun one. Like, I was gonna pull up Dinner Generosity with you guys now.
One man allegedly went too far when he was told his Little Caesars pizza was not hot and ready. Pulling an AK-47.
He's a monster. He's not a human being. He's a monster.
Drug addict, a psychopath,
Killer.
And I hate it so much! I hate it!
Said wanted. Dead or alive.
Overnight, growing national unrest.
Boy, what's going on in Miami, bro?
They need to stop him.
I've talked about childhood books in a past video of mine, where I went over, what do you think? And during the making of that video, I purposely left out a book. A book that I also read during my childhood, specifically 3rd grade. And this book confused me back then, because the kids' books I read were very simple and sweet picture books that would either have a message, or show how good and friendly we can be to each other. But only in their universe, that can't exist in ours.
Ain't that the truth?
And unlike any of those, this book didn't display any of that. Instead, it showed something else. Someone sinister. A person that doesn't kneel to any rules. That book was No David. The main character.
I used to read this in kindergarten, I believe, like, all the time. And, you know, all the books they had about him, I used to read them like crazy.
Was a force to be reckoned with. In fact, there is no reckoning. He's an unmovable object, the villain of villains, the evilest evil. Imagine Homelander. There you go. And you might be asking me, my guy, he looks 6. How is he that bad? And 2 questions like that is why I hate people who judge books by its cover. Okay, maybe you can judge that book, but David is a monster! Well, not really because he's a kid, but it's about what he will become in the future. And if you don't remember or know the war crimes this kid committed, I'ma show you. I've read all 8 books of this series, and I will show you all the highlights of him being a clown or a jackass, and I will convince you that he is Baby Joker. But let's not be biased. Let me show you the highlights of him being good first, so you can form your own opinion. So, here you go. Oh, wait. There are none! I'm gonna begin with the OG.
I like this guy's, like, mic levels. Like, it might sound calm like this, and then he just, like, gets up and screams. You gotta love that.
Hang on, I got something up my sleeve. Credit Builder from Credit Karma Money.
No David, and he's already starting off his legacy with killing goldfish. Man, they're the snack that smiles back. Why would you kill them? No, David. You see the story is being seen in his mom's perspective, and it's always her saying, no, David, but just letting him do it. He's reaching for the cookie jar, and you ain't doing nothing. Smack him out the chair! Then he tracked doo-doo in the house, so he has to take a bath. This is the dirtiest bathwater I've ever seen. Then he goes running out butt-ass naked in the street. Like I said, he don't care. He don't care about no rules, no laws. He doesn't care about public indecency. That's just another law he can break. Then he continues to do more nefarious activities. But the worst one was definitely him breaking the vase with a baseball bat. This man is doing bad in practice in his own home. Deliberately. Look at his face. Look at what he's looking at. He knows what he's doing. And of course, he breaks the vase and gets a timeout. Like, that's gonna do anything. Then his doormat of a mom sees him with a little sad face and is like, "Oh, David, come here." Takes him out of timeout and then says, "I love you, David." The end.
Oh, God. Bro, I don't know what's going on.
What? That's it? That's all you're gonna do? He wasn't even punished. She really believed those crocodile tears. He's faking it. He ain't sad because he broke the vase. He's sad that he got caught and got in trouble. He ain't sorry. This dude intentionally broke the vase with murder on his mind. And what the mom does is shrugs it off and hugs him. Man, beat his ass! That's the only way his evil behind's gonna learn. But you rewarded him with your love and affection after he broke your great-grandma's vase? And her ashes were in there too? It's crazy, man.
No
I know
way.
when David is in high school, he gonna be treating his mom like those memes of when you visit your white friend's house. Then the felon continues. In the next book, David gets in trouble. Does he now? Big shock!
It's about damn time.
We start the book off with this page. I didn't mean to. You're riding a skateboard in your house. What you think was gonna happen? Plus you got that big smile on your face. You meant it. It was an accident. Bruh, this is the first 2 pages, and I'm already calling the police on him. I couldn't deal with this kid. This man belongs in juvie. He ain't normal. And then you have this dude walking to school in his undies. This boy just wants problems. And all the kids are laughing because he's the class clown. David, just be glad you're in elementary school. Because in elementary, everybody will be laughing with you for wearing your undies to school. While in high school, if you did that, everybody's gonna make fun of you and bully you for being a clown. Which you deserve. Then we go to class, and he's already starting something. My dog ate my homework. And the side kid's laughing like... But the girl ain't having none of David's jokes. She giving him the side eye like... This nigga lying. No dog ate his homework. But the thing is, David wasn't lying. Because if you look out the window, the dog is there eating his homework. Unbelievable. That's probably the first time he ever told the truth in his life. So you know what David does as revenge to the dog eating his homework? Well, a few pages later, this nigga gone eating the dog food in front of the dog. What a mesh. Even the worst villain wouldn't do something so bad. So despicable. Even the dog looking at him like, why would you do this? And you know what David said?
What?
I was hungry. No feelings, no respect, no emotions. This boy is not human. He continues to commit acts of terrorism throughout the rest of the book. And by the end of it, his mom confronts him for being a piece of shit. And so David says, I'm sorry. And he's forgiven. That's it. That's all. That's the end of the book. You know, I'm noticing a pattern here. I'm noticing that no matter what this kid does, he's always gets the long end of the stick. He always wins. Even when he's wrong, he wins. He's the greatest supervillain of all time. And he's like this in every book. Like, here's him cutting the line. Who do you think he is? Here's him spelling his name with doo-doo in the snow. What's wrong with you? And cursing in front of his mom? Kids aren't supposed to be cursing, dumbass. And then he says, well, Dad says it. Well, I might not know your daddy, but I don't think you should be repeating the words he says. And in almost all 8 books, he keeps up this behavior with no change. So it ain't even worth going over each book. I'm showing you what he does in each book right now in the screen. He doesn't change. This kid is a criminal, a lawbreaker, a swindler, a rogue good-for-nothing baddie. What? And what does he get for it? A Merry Christmas. Absolutely outrageous. This kid needs to be apprehended immediately. Because if we keep letting him get away with this, it will be too late. In conclusion...
What happened?
David!
Jump and kick back, flip around and spin! And now turn around, do it again. Ninja! Oh! Ninja!
Oh my god. This man is wild. David is literally the physical manifestation of the phrase, some men just want to watch the world burn. I mean, are they lying though? I'll be right back, guys. Oh my god. This is going great. I'm back. Hold on. Let's see. I guess scammers. Since scammers are pretty prevalent right now.
Enjoy the ride, my dude.
Lady, whatever you're selling, I ain't buying, yo.
Well, my name is Skylar White, yo. My husband is Walter White, yo. Uh-huh.
What do the IRS, fake charities, and resellers have in common? They're all going to hell. They're all gonna burn. But they also take advantage of you for your money. They are leeches. They are parasites. They are mosquitoes. They try their best to take as much money from you as they possibly can. In other words, I don't pay taxes. But what if these pocket watchers took the form of an individual? A person with the same intent of stealing as much cash from you as if they're gonna give you a good time. But they're not gonna give you a good time. They stole your chain. I'm talking scammers. I know they ain't the same thing, but I just hate the IRS and resellers so much. So, scamming, one of the least respectable occupations out there, right next to the TSA employees. No one likes them. They're a lot like snakes in the grass, searching for prey, and once they find an easy target, they snatch and grab a hold of your wallet and disappear into the night. Scams could take many forms. They could come as fake street games, fake emails, fake clothes that you bought that you thought was legit. Also, there's those fake bot comments on Instagram that just say, DM me now, you won. And I'm just like, what did I win? But I ain't win nothing. They just won my bank account. It's tragic, man. And it's
Well, there's like a lot of crypto comments that I see that say, oh, like, I wasn't like I was like afraid of the market, but then I invested with so and so and I no longer fear. And it's just like this like long like comment thread of speaking about that, which is weird.
Scamming be happening all the time. Over $5.8 billion was lost last year due to scams alone. And I think this is happening because these scammers are finding new, never-before-seen ways to scam other people. Like, they can't call people no more. All of our phones have that scam likely feature that pop up when they call. So we're not gonna answer the phone, so they gotta think of something new. So what else is there to do? That's right, fake email receipts. I almost fell for this the first time I saw it, because I knew I didn't buy shit. So I checked the money in my bank, and it was all there. So I knew this was a lie. That's how convincing some of these scams are nowadays. They can trick anybody. Hell, apps are promoting scams, like those YouTube bumper ads that say, get $750 free from Cash App. And then when you do it, you have $750 missing from your Cash App. Kids, if an ad says they're gonna give you free money, it's a scam. Don't trust it. I learned this the hard way. I remember one time I was walking down the street in an alley, and then a man approached me saying he's gonna give me free Arby's, and I was like, hell yeah. And then for the next week, I couldn't sit down. My ass hurt. And those fake scam survey ads where it says you can make hundreds of dollars by doing one survey. Oh my God, I was addicted to these as a kid because I wanted to get that money. I had my mind on my money and my money on my mind, bro. I was stacking paper. And I took so many surveys, so many on multiple apps. And these surveys were long. They took like 15 to 20 minutes to complete each one. And after I finished 50 or so, the app was finally like, congratulations, you're now eligible for the rewards. And I was all like, finally, oh yeah, here comes the money. And when I clicked on the rewards I could get, these rewards were dog water, all of them. They just had gift cards for places that I don't even shop at. I've spent hours and days doing these surveys, and all I could get is a $5 Radio Shack gift card? Where the hell do I find a Radio Shack? And what can I get for $5? A pack of gum? They scammed me out of my time. Same to those scam pinball games. You know those apps where you have to reach a certain number before you get the reward?
Oh my God, I always see these gambling apps. And I see like a lot of gambling promoted like on news articles as well.
And right before you hit that number, they stop giving you points, so you're never gonna reach it. Man, whoever makes those games, I mean, I believe in human rights for everybody, but if you make those games, you should be outside picking my cotton, not gonna lie. But where am I going with this? Like, you and I both know that scammers are pieces of garbage. They're the type of people to scam a starving family of their life savings, leaving them homeless. And they don't care. They only think about the bread they just made. They're horrible people, terrible. They're going to hell. But even though I hate the act of scamming, I sometimes see scammers as evil, but smart businessmen. Like, I hate you, but you're making that bread. Let me explain. Scamming is a hustle. Not a respectable one, but it is kind of a skill if you do it correctly. Like, if you're a scammer still doing the Nigerian prince thing, you fell off like ISIS. Nobody falls for that no more. You deserve to go to prison. Scamming is a skill. And if you scam in a way that has yet to been done before, or you found a loophole to accessing money legally, then taking it illegally, like those kind of scammers Or smart. Take this British fellow, Elliot Castro. At 16, he lied his way to working at a mobile company. Then, with his customers' credit cards, he would call their banks acting like them, saying he lost their card, and then had it sent over to his address. He stole $3 million worth of money from these customers until he got caught and was sent to a Canadian prison. One of the worst places on this planet Earth. Probably even worse than dropping my black ass off at a Cracker Barrel. But here's where the crazy part happens. While locked up, he hated it. As expected, you know, it's Canadian prison. So he planned an escape. So he called his prison and pretended to be the British embassy, saying, "Oi!
Oh, no offense to my UK friends. It's just like this back and forth, making fun of each other.
And then the Canadian prison actually believed it. They just said, oh, okay. They brought Elliot a plane ticket and escorted him to the airport, but not to his flight to Britain, because they assumed guards would be waiting for him anyway. They let him go take his flight, and now he's back at England. No guards waiting for him. He's a free man now. This man just escaped prison like that. Call scammers what you want. That man is a genius. Scammers like him, I can't help but feel impressed. Like, scammers this smart, I don't know, maybe they deserve the money. I read stories about some of these scammers and the lengths they go and the level of their cons and tricks and becoming rich in the process. That's impressive. I mean, I feel bad for the people that got scammed, but hey, it is what it is. You gotta make a buck somehow nowadays. And I'm not encouraging people to scam others. However, if you do it in a cool way. Like, do a flip while doing it. Do it like how the Wolf of Wall Street does it. They make scamming look so fun in that movie. Shit, some scammers have gotten so good that we've normalized the scam. Like college. It does not need to be as expensive as it is. Paying $40,000 a year after high school out the jump is bonkers. Like, I was just working at McDonald's, now I have to pay you the manager's salary to pay yours? It's not completely a scam since you are getting what you paid for, you know, your gender studies degree, but it's overpriced as balls and not worth what it is. And this $40K tuition ain't even including the housing, food plan, you know, all the stuff that keeps you alive. Nope, you gotta pay for that separately. $10K more each semester. So it's costing me $3K a month to live in these small ass dorms that just has a rock hard bed and a desk. I could get something better at an NYC apartment. At least they will provide me free pets. They're just scamming us right in front of our faces. But we just accept it because that's what we're supposed to do after high school. College, you guys are bots paying all this money. You should only go to college for degrees that would actually make a difference, like philosophy or liberal arts, not useless degrees like
I don't think you can show that, but wow.
Law or medicine. I don't consider you a real doctor unless you got your degree from WebMD. Colleges and universities just be robbing us in plain sight. But you know what that famous saying is? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, I'm a dumbass. This leads me to...
Yeah, like, that's the thing with, I see so many people, like, take out huge loans and go to expensive colleges, and it's not what they expect. They don't get the right guidance, they end up in debt, and some people for some reason just, I guess they have a fetish for being in debt, because it just seems like they just fall for it. Like, they know what they're getting into and they still fall for it. Like, I don't know why. I don't know why you would put yourself in that predicament.
Just saying this. If you get scammed by an obvious ripoff or scammed, and you're a functioning adult, and that's on you. You're the idiot in the situation. There's only so much I can feel bad for. But if you're the type of person to get scammed by a fake celebrity asking you for money, and you're stupid. You deserve to go broke. You have negative IQ. Even a dog knows not to trust anybody. That's why they're always barking and chasing people. But you believe the MILF looking to smash was actually 2 miles away from where you live? Nigga, you're stupid. Like, I can understand how kids and old people can fall for this, because they don't know anything about the internet. Like, I wouldn't want my grandma to fall for this either. But the thing is, my grandma is too smart to get scammed. Y'all just need some smarter grandmas. I can't feel bad for you, because if I was you, I wouldn't feel bad for me. If I was the type of person to buy Ninja's $150 masterclass course on streaming, when I could look up literally everything he's talking about for free on YouTube, I don't blame Ninja. I blame my dumbass for buying it. Ninja just trying to make a buck. That's why I don't really feel bad for those type of people that get scammed. Shit, I got scammed last year, and I put the blame all on me. This happened at Target. Let me explain. So it was in July last year in DC. I was visiting my brother because why not, we bros. I graduated high school the month before. Hair was growing on my ass. I finally became a man. Anyways, I want to cook spaghetti at his place because I cook a mean spaghetti. Gordon Ramsay himself would be slurping my spaghetti raw to the bone. I went to Target, got the ingredients, and after I checked out, walking to the exit, a woman approached me speaking very broken English. She then handed me a card with a picture of her family and a note in the back that was completely in English. Hello, my name is whatever, and I just came from a foreign land, but I can't afford the needs of my 2 babies since I can't find a job. Can you please buy me baby formula for me and my babies? I read this and I naively said, "Oh, that's sad. Of course I'll buy you some baby formula." Now, before anybody comments, "Aw, my man's simping. He's simping. He only doing this because she's a woman and a MILF." And before any of you little children comment that, this woman did not stand out in any way. I did not look over at her direction or glance. She stopped in front of me. This woman was a hunchback wearing baggy clothes, old-looking woman, but I'm assuming she was in her at least early 30s since she had babies. She was kind of wrinkly. She was kind of built like Quasimodo, not gonna lie. Okay, maybe not Quasimodo. She more looked like a hunchback Consuela from Family Guy. So she wasn't really attractive at all. But But joke's on me, because that's exactly my type. I love my woman like Consuela. Anyways, I nodded and said, yeah, I'll buy some baby formula for you. And she was very thankful. She was like,
This dude's gonna give me age restricted.
Gracias. And she kept saying that as we were walking to the baby formula aisle. And I felt good. I felt like I was doing a good thing. I'm about to get all the blessings. God is about to bless me with $1 billion, a big booby milk.
Was that Usher? Please tell me that was not Usher on $100 bill.
$1 billion.
Oh, it's $100, not a billion. Why did I say a billion? Oh, because he said $1 billion. Oh my god. Does this actually exist? I wouldn't be surprised.
A big booby milk, not her, and a Bugatti. What color is yours? Then we arrived at the aisle in front of the baby formula, and then she went right to it. She started putting a bunch in the cart, and at first I didn't mind it. And then I saw the price. I thought this would be $10 at most each. And then it cost $50 per container.
In that Target. Oh. My guy's in a predicament.
I was flabbergasted, and she was putting more in as I was thinking this. And I was like, whoa, nigga, chill, calm down. And she looked at me and was like, no mas? And I said, no mas, nigga. I don't got that much money. I'm not Jay-Z, man. And at this time, YouTube wasn't paying me. Like, literally, they were not paying me. I was living off the tip, off of my last job as a waiter. So I had like 800, 700 in my bank at most. I couldn't afford all this formula. They selling baby formula at this high price as if it's the secret formula.
Damn, baby formula, yeah, it's really expensive.
He ended up only getting
God. Wait, I want to see that again. That was actually really funny. Like when he got woke.
She started putting a bunch in the cart, and at first I didn't mind it. And then I saw the price. I thought this would be $10 at most each. And then it cost $50 per container. I was flabbergasted, and she was putting more in as I was thinking this. And I was like, whoa, nigga, chill, calm down. And she looked at me and was like, no mas? And I said, no mas, nigga. I don't got that much money. I'm not Jay-Z, man. And at this time, YouTube wasn't paying me. Like, literally, they were not paying me. I was living off the tip, off of my last job as a waiter. So I had like 800, 700 in my bank at most. I couldn't afford all this formula. They selling baby formula at this high price as if it's the secret formula. We ended up only getting 6. And it was a long walk to the self-checkout. I did not want to buy this. It's all for the blessings. It's all for the blessings.
Speaking of that, man, shout out to the single moms out there that gotta, like, put in, like, work to get this. Like, wow. Like, it just makes you think, if it's, like, really that price and with everything going on right now, yeah, it just makes you think twice about all that. Just thought something like that.
Remember that. The total came out to be $320, and I gave her the formula afterwards, and she was very thankful. Oh, thank you, gracias, thank you, Dios los bendiga, thank you, gracias. And I was all, yeah, whatever, and I walked out of Target. As I was walking back to the apartment, I was half pissed because I just spent $300 on a stranger. I didn't even know. I could have got a Nintendo Switch with.
Oh, I'm gonna be real with you guys. There was this one guy that was selling me, like, fake luxury stuff. I was walking down Home Depot and this guy just pulls over and like this like BMW he just rented out. I don't know if he rented it out or if, you know, he actually owned it, but he was like scamming me. And since I didn't want to be mean, he ended up, you know, kind of like, hitting like, I guess like brainwashing me into buying whatever he was selling. And then once I bought something, he was trying to sell me more things. I was like, no, you like sometimes you gotta be more assertive in these situations. Thankfully it wasn't a lot, but still it wasn't really things that I needed.
With that money. I could have got a new pair of Jordans with that money. I was obsessed. But At the same time, the other half of me was kind of happy because I just did a nice act of kindness to a woman in need. I also was thinking, God is gonna give me all the blessings. I just know it. I'm about to be the Pope by the end of the year. Now you're probably asking, well, how did you get scammed? Well, when I went back to the apartment, I told my brother what happened at Target, and he was all, wait, huh? You got robbed? And I said, no, I did the ultimate act of kindness. I'm a saint. Then he gave me one of those skeptical looks you give someone when you know they fucked up, but they don't think they fucked up. He was like, I don't know. What, you think she lied and scammed me? I don't know. I thought to myself again, did I get scammed? But why would they ask for baby formula if I was gonna get scammed? Why not money or something valuable? And I got the receipt, so she can't return nothing. So how did I get scammed? The only way to find out was through Google. And I forgot the exact words I searched up. I think it was homeless person baby formula scam or something. And the first thing that popped up was an article about how it was common for people to trade baby formula in exchange for drugs.
What? That's a bombshell. Damn.
Did I just get scammed by a crackhead? Nah, it can't be. I refuse to believe that I got swindled by a crackhead. Because if I do believe it, then I hit a new low of intelligence. Like, I knew I was stupid, but I need to go back to elementary, man. They taught me not to talk to strangers, and I just brought one $300 worth of baby formula, and all she's gonna do with it is get high. I should have realized this sooner with the power of common sense. I could have put 2 and 2 together. What does the word baby go together with? Crack. Baby, crack, crack, baby. Oh my God, I should have realized this. I got duped, hoodwinked. I felt my money and my trust were wasted. But after all that, I still blame myself for getting scammed like that. I mean, I hate that woman too, don't get me wrong. I hope her shit was laced. But I was the dumb one in that situation. I was the one got scammed. She was just doing what scammers do. Look for a gullible victim. And it was me, sadly. And that's why I think some scammers deserve some of the monies they made, because a dumbasses like me would fall for them. And since I fell for something so obvious, I don't deserve that money. That was a lifetime lesson for me. Never trust a homeless woman ever again. But at the same time, maybe she was legit. Maybe she actually needed help and needed formula for her kids. And although I didn't become the...
Yeah, that's just like something that happens, like, you see somebody that, you know, they looked all like beat up, and you don't know if they're being truthful or if they're gonna spend it on drug money. Like, I understand addiction is like a real thing, but like, I just learned to be skeptical after my incidents because, you know, like, people see me and they just go up to me, especially the ones that speak Spanish as well, and then they try to make up something for me to, you know, fall for and also, like, tell them. But what I do now is I will say I'm not interested, or, you know, I would just ignore them. I think it's probably the better option.
Hope God did bless me with this YouTube channel and having so many beautiful, smart subscribers that would never get scammed. I just want to say thank you to you. Yeah, you watching. Unless you disliked it, suck my ass. I would hug you if I could, but your arms might not be able to wrap around me. I'm heading out. I love you. And in conclusion, I don't know what the definition of scam is, honestly.
W video, yeah. Scams are like crazy. Like, you even hear it in rap songs. NFTs, you know, all the good stuff. The worst kinds of scammers are the ones that prey on people's kindness. It makes it more difficult to trust people that are actually suffering and need help. Oh my God, yeah, this is one of my biggest pet peeves. Like, actually, wait, let me show you guys. I actually posted, like, I made like a parody to, oh no, not the profile picture. No, I actually made a parody to one of those, like, wholesome videos. Oh, yeah. So I was parodying, like, let me show you guys. I was basically parodying, like the wholesome, like, videos that sound or look forced, you know, when they give somebody something in. Let me show you guys here. So it was kind of like a parody, but it was actually real. Like, nothing paid, no paid actors. It was all a real interaction.
Hey, so there's this lady that she's selling flowers.
Yeah, she was selling flowers. At least it was something, you know, I could exchange. But let me show you guys.
Side of the highway, and You know, I want to see how much they are. I just like took out cash to see, and maybe I took out a bit too much, but if it is, you know, I still don't mind giving it, because she has a sign that says that I have 3 kids struggling to pay rent, and
yeah, she has like the sympathy sign, but I don't know how truthful it is.
Formula's expensive, and yeah, I've seen like the price of formula before, so, and the cost of living here, yeah, is pretty high. So you know, at least it's something of value. Sometimes there's people that just say, oh, we're just like doing this, and I just felt bad, like, you know, because
Like, I was just winging this. This was like a last minute thing I thought of.
Pay with like digitally, electronically, and you know, let's see how this goes out. Okay, she's over here. Let's see what happens. Hopefully she didn't cross the street, but let me see. Let me see, dog.
Yeah, you can see she has like the flowers, the sign.
You know what? I'll give you just 40.
And me, I give you like that 5 beautiful roses for you and your family about my recipe.
Here you go, take the 40. You as well, thank you. Not a problem. Have a good day. Alright, so yeah, like, honestly, they were like $5 each, but you know what? I was like, you know what? I'll just take, you know, I'll just give her $40 for like everything, because I understand the struggle that some people go and
So yeah, it was just me, you know, like improvising all this, you know, editing like the cheesy music, avoiding the lawsuit by having the license plate. But yeah, it was like something else. So what I ended up learning is that she just went back to the same spot without the flowers and just panhandling like that. So I was like, that made me feeling some type of way. Oh, I remember what I was gonna watch. So you guys remember when I was watching Defamation Noodles, I was watching the 3rd roast battles, and I didn't really pay attention to it because frankly it was boring, and you know, I ended up watching it on Jesse and Lily and Megan's stream. Adam McIntyre actually ended up like pretty much summing it up, because I know like a lot of people didn't like watch it. They don't know what happened. Like a lot of them just are catching up to the 2nd roast battle barely, and Adam is basically one of the few like channels that are talking about this right now. But it's because a lot of people already lost interest. Like, you know, the show isn't what, you know, they wanted it to be. I could appreciate the effort, but it's really not what they added it up to be.
Hi muckers, before we get into this absolute disaster of a video, I just checked my YouTube analytics and it's night, it's getting better.
Hold on. Okay.
But 49% of my daily watchers from the past 2 months are not subscribed to my videos. So if you enjoy my videos, I post every single day. I would really appreciate you subscribing, joining the channel. I know YouTube unsubscribes a lot of people as well. I don't mean to be like Gabby Hanna. I'm shadowbanned because I'm not. I know that it just happens in the algorithm and stuff. So I would really appreciate it if you enjoy the videos to make sure you're subscribed or consider subscribing. Okay, on with whatever this was. Hi muckers, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all having the best day ever. Thank you so much for clicking and choosing to spend even a little portion of your day with me. Okay, I very clearly, you can tell by my hair, the state it's in just jumped out of the shower, and I was watching the third super roast battle from the Def Noodles show, the Def Noodles roast comedy show, whatever the fuck it's called now, and I got like a decent chunk in. I think I'm like nearing the ending, and this one is completely different than any of the previous two. Now, if you're aware on my channel, I've kind of kept your tradition and I've reviewed each of them. So there's been two. The first one, I, cut it down and, parts I wanted to talk about, I talked about them. The second one, I did the exact same thing. And for the third one, I was expecting to do the same thing. I didn't watch it in real time, nor did a lot of people, by the way. Jesse Smiles and Lily did a podcast live stream reacting to this. It's not up anymore, I don't think, but they were live streaming the live stream of Dennis's show, and theirs had like 2,000 viewers, whereas Dennis's had like, I think like 100 or 200 maximum. So I think the peak interest has like died down now for people watching these, and it makes sense because the first show, people watched because they wanted to see how much of a disaster it was going to be, and that worked. The second one, people watched because of Salvo and, Dennis getting confrontation. The third one, there's no spark that people want to watch, so that's why, Dennis struggled to get, like, even 200 people watching whenever he has, like, an audience of nearly 1 million people. So whenever I was watching it, I didn't know what to expect because the numbers were so bad on the watch rate of it. Let me tell you, whenever I was watching it, I very clearly and quickly found out the reason why, and it is because this is no longer the Def Noodles show. Dennis has now been used by his co-workers, his co-comedians, if you want to call them that, like Steven. I'm an hour into this, and the show up until now has not been anything to do with Dennis, and not even Dennis taking control of anything. Dennis has literally, if you told me Dennis was not in that room, I would have believed you. Not only does he have no control, he's not even trying to act involved in the shows anymore, and I think he's given up, but I also think that Steven and the other guys who are working with him have now used Dennis to have a platform. They're on this comedy show. They've got a comedy show for like free now. They're getting paid to do this. Like, they are the genius ones in this. They've now used Dennis, made him look a fool. Dennis is probably so scared to do this ever again that they now run the show. And one thing I will say, so as you can see, who's texting me? History Podcast have started a live video. Okay.
Honestly, I didn't even think about that, but I did notice that his henchman was kind of like the tables turning. Like they're getting tired of Def Noodles and they're getting tired of his antics. Like they actually want to take this serious, and Defamation Noodle just wants to base it off of internet drama.
Okay. Alright, whatever. So I'm an hour and 3 minutes into this, and there's really been no cameos of Dennis yet. And this is the part, you can see Dennis right here, by the way. So, like, Dennis is there, he's at the show, but he just has nothing to add anymore, that he just kind of sits in silence and lets the other people take control. Now, I want to give Steven, who is this one, the one that's kind of running the show, a bit of credit, because the show, I'm not saying it's funny by any means, I'm not saying it's enjoyable by any means, but all I'm saying is that with Steven running the show, finally there's some sort of professional running it. I'm not calling Steven professional, but I'm like, some sort of professional. So there's a flow to the show, and you know what it took for the show to work? Dennis not being involved in it. And so I'm gonna read a couple of the comments. They say, Dennis is just sitting on his seat. This is running so smoothly, Dennis just brings the chaos. Someone said, letting Steven run the shit made it so much better.
Breathe in and know that vaping nicotine can actually increase feelings of stress.
Yet some vape companies get rich telling you it's a stress.
Most of the comics still sucked, but damn, my dude Steven was out here trying to make this thing good. A real one. Respect. How can Dennis suck so much? It's mind-boggling. Someone said Dennis is so unfunny that even the mics are upstaging him. He brought up the chat whenever someone brilliant came on stage and everyone was cheering for them. He was both jealous and afraid because his jokes are kindergarten level. So basically, the fact that when Dennis is put face-to-face with another comedian, the other comedian makes the crowd laugh and Dennis gets jealous and, like, vicious. Then he made the roast, just tank so...
Yeah, I've seen, like, his mannerisms and... Like, it looks like he's on something, because the way he kind of, like, fidgets and just seems unstable, it really looks like he's on something.
So bad. His only joke was him trying to set them up for failure, but they ruled it off with punches and did the opposite. Someone said the judges roasting Dennis was the funniest part of the show. So basically people are saying that Steven saved the show here. So I have stopped watching the second that I know that Dennis and I fucking gets involved. Let me put this cat here. 1 hour and 3 minutes into an hour 15 minutes is when Dennis finally gets involved. And now I don't know if he's going to get so involved, if he's just going to say a couple things, so this video could literally end in a minute. We're going to see. So keep in mind, that's what the running order's been so far. Dennis at his own fucking show, the Def Noodles Super Roast Battles, live from Hollywood. He's finally fucking speaking. I have my Diet Coke. Let's get into it.
So make sure you see Zach over here for some drinks, tip your bartender, and now we're about to get ready for the final. Wait, we got to get about the belt first. Who won? Give it out. Who won the belt? Who won the night? It's the reason why you got a belt.
Oh god, we're starting off with Dennis trying to make a passive-aggressive joke and people in the crowd are going,
I thought it was your battle. Yeah, but I don't...
Steven goes, I thought it was your battle. I'm starting to like him.
Take the belt home?
Oh my god, there's like a unanimous like, when Dennis is speaking, like, because he's trying to make like a passive-aggressive joke to make Steven look bad, but Steven's making him look bad.
Takes the belt out of the battlers. Did we not think that through? I thought we were gonna save the belt for like a championship round. So like, what do y'all think? Y'all think we should give the belt now, out, or wait?
Oh my god, no one's agreeing with Dennis in his own crowd made up of his own subscribers.
Is this a belt worthy? This ain't no belt worthy. What do you think?
Imagine when your own crowd becomes the ops. I would be embarrassed.
Right, when you not, it's something that you build up to.
You know what? Fair play to Steven. He has literally used Dennis to now have this platform as a host on the show. And you know what? I appreciate the grind and I like it. And he's now turned Dennis's own crowd in the audience against him. Fabulous work, Steven.
Right. Damn it. Dennis trying to buy a belt every week. Dennis gonna buy a belt every week.
He's just sitting in silence.
Everybody in the block have a belt.
Do you see him sitting in silence? No control.
Oh, you was there? Oh, okay.
See? I'm not saying Steven's funny, but I'm just really enjoying that Steven is making Dennis look so unfunny. I like it. I like it a lot.
God damn it.
My god, Dennis is the one who's like, I've been towards every comedy club in New York. I'd walked the streets of Las Vegas going to the comedy clubs. Bitch! Woo! Rough. Those streets must have been dirty because you got nothing from them.
All right, let's just keep this shit going, right? All right, let's keep it going. Yeah. Fucking paper, rock, scissors for the belt. Wait, so we doing the belt? I was just getting out. Now let's get out. Is your competitor here? Yeah, we got a very special guest, folks.
Woo! Dennis has stood up. 1 hour and 5 minutes into the fucking roast battle. Cheers to you, Dennis.
Let me,
oh, never mind, he's leaving again.
Get this shit all figured out. We got music, pulling people love this shit. Cause it's dopest flow, right? It's like, we right there.
See, Steven is being smart by this. He's making fun of how bad the show is, whereas Dennis goes silent whenever it's brought up or something goes wrong. See?
Thank God for Mike out with us. Where is he? Hey, yo. Not the word. Yeah. I mean, I could show that bitch on TikTok again. You know, she going in right now.
Dennis, come back. Woo, he's back.
We have a very special guest with us today.
You? Is it you? Because you seem like a special guest at your own fucking show.
So we may know who he is. Some we may not know who he is.
Salvo.
His name is
Keemstar.
Chris D'Elia. Will come out. Yo, Chris, round of applause for Chris D'Elia. Chris D'Elia.
What? This just looks like a cleaner version of Dennis. Who is this man? He just looks like a Dennis with a shower. Right?
I get him, Mike.
Who is it? Why do people boo? Do we not like him?
He's been here before.
I've never heard that name before.
I've been here many times. How you guys doing? You guys chilling?
All right, cool.
Dennis, please, if you stand in silence at the only fucking stage that you're on, oh, do something, man, do something.
Chris D'Elia. Chris D'Elia. Yeah, for going battle.
Mr. Celia, call me Mr. Celia.
So you got three rounds, 3 jokes. I don't have any jokes prepared, so I'm just kidding.
Oh my god! What the fuck? Dennis, you are so untalented!
Say that.
At comedy. Like, this is bad. You have no jokes prepared? Really? Really?
Like I see my page. So, yeah, let's just go. All right, hands or tails?
Oh, I'm sure this is gonna be so fucking fabulous to watch. I should have smoked before this.
Tails, always.
Dennis first, please.
Yes! Alright, you look like Chris D'Elia if you got a part of the movie Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
What? I couldn't even tell what the joke was because his delivery was so, like, anxiety-induced. Like a little Miranda breathing. Like, he repeated that.
By the way, Miranda didn't show up in this one. Like, she said she was going to another comedy event, but some people said she didn't specify the dates, so we don't know if she's coming back.
So quickly. Silence. Silence.
All right.
Yes, I think that's the point.
Oh, wait, give me a second, actually. I have terrible memory.
Come on, man.
At Tractor Supply, we know nothing feels better than doing things yourself. Sure, it saves you a bunch of money.
Oh, man.
Dennis just went, oh, come on, man, there's a roast battle about him not having his joke prepared whenever Dennis was like, I don't have any jokes. Like,
you, what does an introvert do in the middle of a stage?
Hello? The entire joke just got bleeped out. Hello? I can't even make a comment on it.
Fun of yourself. I'm gonna do that. You can just make fun of me. Okay, this is on you. All right.
Why was that bleeped out? That seems like a setup. Why was the other guy's first joke bleeped out? Oh, another joke from Dennis. I'm sure it's great.
Did you forget your shirt in the clothes rack? That shit looks tight as fuck.
Bro, he's cringing for all of us, because, God, bro, this man is so bad at comedy.
Oh my god! Please! Please! Ah, this is so bad! Dennis! This is so Oh my god, that is. This is so bad!
Ellie's the only one laughing. Thank you for the laughs.
You missed a spot when you shaved this morning.
That is true. I do have a mustache. Mustache brothers. What do you think, Papa Gut?
Papa Gut's in the groin?
No, I think what he got was like a judge that I guess resembled Papa Gut just out of spite. Since we know that Papa Gut basically like wounded Dennis's career. Like that was the start of his downfall, if we were to be honest.
I know this is not.
Oh my god, and Steven is like making jokes about how bad they are and people are laughing with Steven. Bravo, Steven.
Say that in the mic, say that in the mic.
Is that actually Papa Gut?
Is this for you?
This is my 9/11.
I think the people in the chat agree with you.
Yeah.
Is that actually Papa Gut?
I was actually going to make a joke about 9/11, but I bombed it.
The jokes they tell are like whenever you type in like yo mama jokes on like Google and they like do like the most generated ones that like even if they were funny, you've heard them 100 times.
All right.
Tough crowd.
Tough cried? Tough cried? No. Bad jokes.
No, it wasn't. It was actually not a tough crowd at all.
Steven is like doing a really good job. Not a tough crowd at all. He's like openly carrying this.
Yeah, like he's discouraging them like God.
By making them look so this is oh little baby, this is so bad.
The crowd was not tough. The crowd was rather nice.
The crowd was rather nice. Steven is actually doing a great job at this.
The crowd was rather generous. Please.
The crowd was generous. He's actually doing a very good job at this. Steven is who I'm talking about.
Get the judges a mic. The judges a mic. Let me get it so they can react in real time. I just put the mic over there. I know. I'm a moron. I think we established that.
Why would you guys end on this one?
You could have done this one.
Ooh, someone was like, why would you end on this roast battle because it's like so bad? Oh god, imagine people saying that about the big finale. Like you're the big finale, Dennis.
Warm up where you're like, it can get better. You don't want to end
It's started with this.
It's getting better, yeah.
We've done 1-1.
All right.
Oh,
him or me?
Both of you. He looks like the guy they sent to kill you for doing heroin in The Sopranos. That's what it seems like.
This is the special needs department. This is the special needs time of this. Give him a chance.
It's a special needs. Thank you.
It's starting to feel like bullying. Let's see. Let's keep going.
Oh great, another joke from Dennis. Let me prepare myself. I wish I put like 90% fuck in this to deal with this. To clarify, there's no alcohol in this.
I mean, you look like Chris D'Elia if you got.
Are we repeating the same fucking joke?
Aborted.
Yeah.
Are you hearing the silence after Dennis makes a joke?
Good choice, yeah. Good choice. A body swap?
I got nothing.
You got what? You got nothing?
Fight.
It's just not that. I forgot your name.
Just fight.
This is like, I'm not even able to make jokes about this part where it's like, look at Steve. You know what? Steven is really pulling this together whenever I didn't think it could be pulled together. And he's not doing that great a job that he's pulling it together so much because there's only so much you can do. But the fact that like your big finale has Dennis making jokes like that, crowd silent, and the other one, whatever his name is, being like, I have nothing, and then like giving up. It's ridiculous. It's like, you're all, and I'm actually going to take Steven out of this equation now. And I'm focusing heavily on Dennis, and you too, Miranda. You're really bad.
It's Miranda.
You knew this was happening tonight, right? You knew.
Oh my god, so bad.
I made the whole thing, yo! I put it all together!
You did all of that except for writing a joke. How did this happen?
Alright, listen up. Listen up.
That's such a great point, though. I know that's like a joke, but like they prepared for this. Like that was to the best of Dennis's like comedic preparation. Okay, I have a question. This is for the people of New York. I am going there in a couple days, and I really know that New York is famous for a lot of comedy clubs. I really want to go to a couple comedy clubs because I actually want to see how it's supposed to do. So supposed to play out. If you know any that like accept under 21s, so like it would be like 18 plus show or like 19 plus show or 20 plus show because I'll be 20. Or wait, actually I'll only be 20 on the last day I'm there. So like 18 plus show or 19 plus show. Comedy shows in New York, please let me know. I really want to see how they work. There's a lot of them in Brighton, but I just don't know if they would be like this or like actually funny, but I know there are really funny ones in New York, so.
Magic. Alright, listen up, Magic.
She asking them same questions, man.
Even more.
So there we have Steven being like, I'm asking the same questions about why are they so unprepared.
Southern California, we are on a bold mission, creating a clean energy future.
Josh.
Prepared.
Jewish version of Dave from the show Dave.
I'm a little big.
That's it. Okay.
All right, a little big.
Is that actually Papa Gut?
Nah.
Yeah, just right now, actually.
I'm also going to be really honest with you. Me and another YouTuber who's within the space, who is from the UK, were actually planning on flying out to LA. A couple, like last week or around this time, right? We were very early stages of it. We were planning on flying out to LA and like surprise going to one of these shows. Like not telling our audiences, not telling Dennis, but like showing up, not causing an issue or anything, but like showing up and being in the audience and like being there for the show. And then like a couple days into planning, the second one came out, and then we saw this one and we were like, there is actually nothing worth going to this show. Like all memes aside, all jokes aside, this show has no substance. Well, I'm sure there's a couple substances behind the scenes, Dennis. Joke, allegedly. But like, there's nothing worth going to this anymore. Nothing. It's really unprofessional and very bad.
I think they'll be better off if you guys just giving them the stink eye as you guys walk out. So,
I mean, I really feel like I got roasted, baby. I don't know.
I'll try another one. I'll try another one. Please,
step it up a little bit.
Jet, don't be gentle with me, please. I mean, what happened to your hair? Did you get dunked in oil and just leave it?
Oh god. Both of their hairs look the exact same, and if he doesn't say that, he's stupid.
Can I do the same thing, bro?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I know. They don't do perms anymore, man. What are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Steven's head is in his hands, by the way.
I got it ordered. That's what I did. It's like a Russian doll of awful.
A Russian doll of awful, someone from the crowd says. And these aren't even Death Metal haters. These are Death Metal fans. Do you like my Disney? Slay, right? I got them in Paris.
I'm so happy I mic the audience.
I know that I can make fun of myself. Maybe I could say like, yo, I look like Lord Farquaad if I got length extensioning surgery. What do you think about that?
It's pretty good. Yeah, see, it's pretty good.
Oh my god.
Is it good?
He wants me out.
This shit's starting to feel like community service. Nah, this
Steven's getting the laughs.
Like, nah, we gotta decide.
He's getting angry at the crowd aren't even engaging with him.
Now, let's figure this shit out.
You see why we kept the belt out of it, right? Hold on, see why we didn't bring a belt? He doesn't deserve a belt. I see why you were like, give this belt away before we do this one. Don't take this one for the belt. That's terrible.
Yeah, this was not meant for the belt.
Yeah, that's a belt of shit.
So now Steven and the alleged Papa God, if that actually is Papa God, are like working together to like just overshine Dennis.
I feel like somebody should wear a belt of shame tonight. What are you two?
We gotta go. Well, hold on. I know you're killing me right now. We got. Wait, say what you say.
This guy. Yeah, that's not even a belt he can wrap around his neck.
What is going on?
This guy looks like a molester and the guy getting molested at the same time.
Is YouTube even allow that to be said? I know they did in their prime days, but I don't think that's acceptable anymore. I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't get age restricted.
I'll take that as a compliment.
All right, let's go to the judges. That's sexy. Let's go to the judges.
Oh, we're done? Oh, we're done. We're judging it. No, like, that was it. That was it. So Dennis sat in silence for an hour to bring out the big guns with that.
We're being forced to vote on this.
The judge being like, how am I supposed to vote on that? Exactly. Oh, it's just really bad. It's just really bad.
Go for Steven. I feel like you did way more.
Yeah. I go for the audience. The audience did it. Yeah.
Steven.
Yeah, I'll vote for Steven. I'll go for Steven.
Wow, you see the shame just in voting you brought onto this? Oh my god.
I think that actually is Papa God.
It's like... But should Steven be even brought into this? I feel like it's too... Right? Steven's like an innocent bystander. This is like these two committed a crime and the cops showed up and were like, black guy, we'll vote for him. It's terrible. Because they're like, I'm getting a lot of Buffy the Vampire Slayer extra from you, and that's killing me. Oh.
I couldn't see your mic for a second. It got lost in your mustache, in your beard.
Just don't speak anymore. You had opportunities. You wrote for. You didn't write for this. What happened? You put on a whole show and didn't write a single joke for a battle. You set up.
So who would you say is worse?
I'm figuring this out. I think we're all figuring this out. We're like, what are we doing here?
Damn, the judges are going
So
in.
Steven's able to laugh while Dennis stands up defensive, and that's the difference.
Jesus.
Keep in mind.
I'm figuring this out.
Let me see this.
I think we're all figuring this out. We're like, what are we doing here? Is this like a simulation or something?
So Steven.
Oh, yeah, I saw Dennis. Dennis was in my. He's like holding it
Able
in.
to laugh while Dennis stands up defensive, and that's the difference as well.
Jesus.
Keep in mind the body language.
Yeah, like he's fidgety. That's what I'm saying. It's the cocaina.
Comfortable, laughing at, laughing with, defensive.
This is a lot of people's rock bottom tonight.
Do you know what? For me, it was kind of like watching the final round of the Special Olympics. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with the Special Olympics.
This felt like
nothing
a
at all.
fight video.
But you know what's better than winning first place at the Special Olympics? not being fucking special.
Damn, like the crowd went silent.
Also, someone's literally just like texting on their phone, by the way, in the front row.
Oh, come on. Didn't they say no phones? What is this man's rules? If he said no phones, then what is his rules? He always switches up the rules. There's nothing clear.
He didn't need the last part. It was good.
Yo, the room's getting crazy.
Yeah. I would hope the room's getting crazy. At least an hour and 14 minutes into an hour and 15-minute show.
I'm just here so I don't get fined. Steven won. Good night. Let's go home, y'all.
All right, here we go. The first winner of the Super Roast battles, Steven!
Steven, you can catch up.
Come on, Steven. I know it. Come on, Steven.
Congratulations, Steven. And congratulations, Dennis, on being Boo Boo the Fool. Again. Again. And whenever you don't think you can be Boo Boo the Fool anymore, you do. Wow, this one was, surprisingly, even worse than the first two. I don't know how, but it happened. I've lost an hour and 15 minutes of my life. But it felt like 3 hours and 35 minutes. That I'll never get back. Ever. So maybe I'm Boo Boo the Fool. Find out next time. When we see when the fourth one is even worse. Okay, bye, I love you.
God, man. Like, the fact that Adam feels like that, like, that bad about himself says a lot. Oh, yeah, I actually said that Miranda, oh, my comment doesn't show here. Oh, my God. Oh my God, that was embarrassing. Like, I wasn't paying attention to it because, like, I didn't even know what was going on. Like, everybody was yelling all over the place. But now that I get the context, oh God, yeah, that is so embarrassing. Yeah, like, Adam, I think he said he's a comedian. And he's gonna hit up, like, the locales here in New York. Yeah, go ahead, do your thing. Oh yeah, a thing he forgot to mention here. He did mention Jesse and Lily and Megan. But I don't know if you guys recall from yesterday, I showed where Defamation Noodles took the time out of his day during the show to just interrupt and say, roast her, roast him, roast the chat, roast the stream snipers. And like, people were over it, they're like, nah, I don't want to do this anymore, bro. Yeah, dude, it was like cringe comedy. Oh, yeah, I was gonna look at Sloan. I think I'll end it with Sloan, and we'll follow up more. But, you know, I think I pretty much reacted to things that I want. So if you guys don't know who Sloan is, he basically goes into, like, all these, like, he goes really investigating in these Hollywood scandals of love, let's for say, child actors that, have, like, their innocence taken away, go through abuse in the industry. They just try to, like, low-key tell you guys about what really goes on, but, you know, they really don't say. And I wanted to go to the Aaliyah one because, this one isn't really talked about a lot, and this one's actually really brave to go out and speak about. And I think another thing is that, Sloan, he's actually been messaged by Dan Schneider's team, I believe, and they want to shut him up. And also, if you guys remember, was it Jade Valentine from Victorious? I think her name is JD. No, not Jade. Elizabeth Gillies or something like that. She was actually groomed by the one of the producers of Victorious, I believe. And she, I guess that was like Stockholm syndrome or something, but decided to kind of like sue or threaten or try to silence Sloan just because he was speaking on, you know, what she went through. So it's kind of weird that she's defending somebody that kind of groomed her. It's weird.
For Florida, in perfect weather, suddenly plummeted to the ground. Along with 8 passengers, Aaliyah, a young Brooklyn native and a talented singer and actress.
Shockingly, this pilot was not certified to fly the ill-fated plane.
Barry, when Aaliyah died for a wrongful death, he got paid $90 million for her death.
They killed her! And that's what I've been saying. They killed her!
There is no doubt in my mind that Aaliyah was murdered by her own team. Why did Hype Williams move her music video shoot from Miami to the Bahamas, where she ultimately died from an accidental plane crash, which should have never been an accident in the first place, because Lenny Kravitz sent a private plane to Aaliyah, which Hype Williams took from her. And of course, her abusive uncle, Barry Hankerson, took no blame for this accident, because he went to the court and told them 4 days before they went to the Bahamas that if anyone were to get hurt, that he doesn't want to be held liable. He wants to take zero responsibility. So we've got a bunch of sketchy men who are organizing a music video shoot to take place in the Bahamas without valid transportation. The plane that Aaliyah died in wasn't even made for passengers. It was a cargo plane. The pilot was on cocaine and alcohol, and Aaliyah wasn't even conscious when she was brought onto the plane. So who is at fault here? Because Aaliyah deserves justice. So let's get into it. So on August 25th, 2001, we lost Aaliyah in a plane crash, which was deemed an accident, but I believe that her death was a wrongful death because this plane accident wasn't an accident at all. So Aaliyah was traveling, filming a music video when she passed away. This man, Hype Williams, actually moved the shoot to the Bahamas when they were already filming in Miami and using a green screen. Some people believe that this was a ploy to get Aaliyah traveling on her own because she's usually with her brother or her mother while she's traveling to shoot, so they could get her to the Bahamas and avoid the additional family members. This man, Hype Williams, is also connected to another artist named Left Eye who passed away in Honduras.
The thing about Left Eye is, from TLC, she was like the most vocal member that spoke out against record labels and how they scam artists, because she would like talk about, you know, the usual they, you know, sign a contract and they get all this money, which in reality, they don't get all of it, and they just, like, have, like, a small chunk of it compared to what the executives made. And that's something I've always questioned, because I was like, why is it that these executives look like they're in these, like, nice places? They have all this luxury, and they would just give, you know, all this money away to artists. And obviously the executives are not dumb. They just prey on young, vulnerable, like, artists that seem promising and just try to exploit them and pimp them out, which is sad, but, you know, that's really how the music industry is. I really hope that, you know, it becomes slightly more obsolete and that artists could be more independent and they don't gotta deal with these record labels just like finessing them like this. This is ridiculous at this point. Like, Prince already spoke out about it
when they were on a trip together. So
yeah, I think what happened was Left Eye, Lopez, is it? She was very vocal about, like I said, like the record labels taking advantage, and when they would split the money, they would get really little of it. And she saw through that, and she spoke out about it. Like, it was like an award show, I believe, or in an interview where she was just like, oh yeah, like, we end up broke. And, yeah, and I think since she's also connected with this Hype dude, I think, that means that, like, it's all pretty much a conspiracy, because it's just a weird coincidence that the same dude, like, has, like, these, like, accidental, like, quote-unquote accidental deaths happening.
There's something going on with this Hype Williams fellow.
But what I was really more tight about was that I had heard that Lenny Kravitz had offered her a jet, and then Hype had took the jet. So that's what really pissed me off about the situation when I heard about that. So you could ask Hype about that.
That's what. Have you ever talked to Hype about it?
Yeah.
And how did that conversation go?
Ask her.
But also I'm asking you.
Yeah, but ask her.
I feel like you had some things to say.
So Aaliyah was working with a choreographer named Fatma, which I'm sorry if I mispronounce her name. I listened to about 5 different ways to pronounce this name, and it seems to be Fatma. So Fatma claims that Aaliyah got a phone call stating that Dame was in an accident, which prompted her to leave. At this point, she was dating this man, and she was probably concerned about her boyfriend, so she headed out. But after a warning that the plane was too heavy, she became extremely nervous and didn't want to get on the flight. People had claimed that she was drugged and carried on. This is something we talked about in a previous video, that Aaliyah was supposedly on some type of medication and just like brought onto the plane. Like she wasn't even conscious. Fatma also took a picture of Aaliyah sleeping on the boat, claiming that she looked peaceful and wanted to capture the moment. Fatma would stay behind, claiming that she wanted an extra day on the island, which she was lucky for that one because she ultimately saved her life. But did she know something that we didn't know? When Aaliyah was out in the Bahamas shooting her music video, Lenny Kravitz actually sent her a private plane, which is very generous. But Hype Williams, the man who moved the shoot out to the Bahamas, took this plane, which is really convenient for him. But it's pretty suspicious that Lenny ever sent this plane in the first place. And when it comes to the plane that Aaliyah took, why was it available for takeoff if it was too heavy? Who approved for it to leave the runway? And the pilot had cocaine and alcohol in his system and a suspended...
I didn't know that she was intoxicated. I thought she voluntarily wanted to go but was hesitant. But that just changes the story even more.
Pilot's license.
2 weeks before the crash, Aaliyah's pilot, Luis Morales, had been on the wrong side of the law when he got arrested for possession of crack cocaine and got probation after a traffic stop on July 7th revealed traces of cocaine in his car. The autopsy further revealed traces of cocaine and alcohol. Shockingly, this pilot was not certified to fly the ill-fated plane.
At Chipotle, our garlic guajillo recipe brings a whole new dimension to steak. Our most tender cuts, hand-seasoned and grilled fresh, mixed with garlic and guajillo peppers, finished with fresh lime and cilantro. All new garlic guajillo steak. It's a whole new dimension of flavor.
Oh, hey!
Your favorite NBC and Bravo shows.
Hey!
All in one place.
Busted.
You thirsty?
Masterpiece.
Now streaming on Peacock.
Why was he allowed to fly the plane? It seems like everything that could have gone wrong was going wrong, and there was no regulation. It makes you question who's the person who organized this entire thing, which is Hype Williams. But I do want to briefly give a shout out to a couple of the Twitter accounts that I'm pulling from today. I will link them below because I've talked about this crash before and how I believe it's not an accident, and I found additional information I had to cover on my channel. As I mentioned earlier, Hype Williams ultimately moved the shoot to the Bahamas, and it seemed like he was trying to avoid Aaliyah's family, which her mother and her brother were there for her, but ultimately her family did sell her off. I want to remind you guys that at some point she was married illegally to R. Kelly, which we have talked all about their relationship before. It is disgusting what he did to her, and thank God there's been somewhat, justice nowadays. I mean, Aaliyah was mentioned in the court hearings when R. Kelly was in trial, so...
You think R. Kelly had something to do with it? I kind of feel like she was trying to speak out about him.
I mean, justice was served, but Aaliyah isn't with us, and she wasn't able to see this man go down who ultimately stole her innocence from her.
He told me that they were married, that she was pregnant. The reason they got married was because they felt like if he was married to her, and if he said he thought that she was 18, that he wouldn't be charged if someone found out she was pregnant.
R. Kelly's to blame, and her parents are to blame, because it's like they sold her to him. They had a sexual relationship that started when she was 15 and he was 28. They were married, and it was later annulled because the marriage wasn't even valid in the first place. But it's a really scary story when you look at her first album that he helped to produce, where she's quoted saying, "Age ain't nothing but a number." R. Kelly was harmful to Aaliyah. He took advantage of her, and she left clues behind through her music. Before Aaliyah's passing, she was featured in a film titled Queen of the Damned. This movie had a lot of foreshadowing of how evil the music industry could be. It also had some hints of her death, but I want to focus a little bit about this evil music industry because it kind of goes hand in hand with her family, because her parents sold her off to R. Kelly, and her uncle was a big part of her music management. Her uncle's name is Barry Hankerson. He's the founder of Black Rounds Records and ex-husband of Gladys Knight, who she claims that he is evil. He is a known control freak in the music industry, not allowing artists such as JoJo to have rights to their music.
Wasn't JoJo the one who made the "Get Out, It's Over for You and Me"? Oh yeah, and she lost the rights to her own music that she had to re-record the album again. But in a way, it was refreshing because it was like a coming of age. And it just shows that she really does care about her fans.
He's also had issues with people like Tony Braxton. And Tony actually ended up suing Barry for $10 million. This guy's just not a good man. I mean, he continued to work with R. Kelly after the allegations of what R. Kelly did to Aaliyah were already out there. He was the one who introduced Aaliyah to R. Kelly, and it was even rumored that R. Kelly had some type of relationship with Aaliyah's mother, which that is like, if there was some type of relationship between Aaliyah's mother and R. Kelly, it's just another whole other section to this story, which is so messy, because like, did the uncle and the mother work together to like kind of like give off Aaliyah to R. Kelly?
I found Leah. As a matter of fact, Barry Hankerson, my manager, who's her uncle, told me to go up to Detroit and hear her sing. Once I got up to Detroit.
Take R. Kelly to Detroit. Take him to Detroit, dude. Just send him to Detroit.
I didn't have to hear her sing because she was growing. I knew she had it. As soon as she started singing, that verified it. And from there, we became here. And everything's all good.
But now I want to go back to this accident and the situation with her uncle, because this man is giving me bad vibes. I feel like him and Hype Williams and Lenny Kravitz all work together to ultimately destroy Elite.
So all three of them are shady. It's like always these elites, executive producer types that are weirdos.
Yeah. I mean, when Barry, her uncle, spoke about this accident, he wasn't looking for justice. I mean, he was quoted saying like, oh, you know, if it wasn't an accident, then let God take care of it. Of course he wants God to take care of it, because
he's the type to just like use religion to say, oh, you know, it's going to be a judgment that will decide. Like, oh my God, dude, stop trying to hide.
He doesn't want to be investigated along with these other guys.
If it proves not to be, then the wrath of God will deal with it if it isn't.
You know what, Barry?
Oh my God. There's like a lot of people that do ridiculous things that they don't suffer anything, bro. In fact, a lot of them get rewarded for their terrible behavior.
The wrath of God will deal with you when you reach his gates. But anyways, I want to talk about his role here, because remember, he's manager of the year. I mean, he was sued.
Sorry, it just gets me heated. It's just like a lot of people that are like this, that think this way. They justify religion to do terrible things.
For $10 million, it seems like he's screwed over so many different people. I think this is the most damning thing that I have to show you guys today. So 4 days before they went to the Bahamas for Aaliyah's music video shoot, her uncle and his company Blackground Records went into court and received a some type of demand, some type of waiver to where if there was anything that happened to anyone on set in the Bahamas, that they would not be responsible. Ultimately, her uncle went to the court in New York and said, hey, we've got something going on in the Bahamas. If anyone were to get hurt here, how do we protect ourselves and make sure that we can't be sued or be held liable? And ultimately they came up with this, and this was literally created 4 days before they went to the music video shoot. So it seemed like he knew that something was going to happen in the Bahamas and didn't want his company or anyone to be held accountable. And literally this complaint brings up the fact that if anyone were to die, he would not be at fault. His company would have no damages sustained if someone were to pass away, which seems like a huge waiver to have. Why does his company have this power, and why did they prepare this before this shoot where the main star passes away?
Barry, when Aaliyah died for a wrongful death, he got paid $90 million for her death. Am I supposed to say that on TV? For $90 million for her death.
Was that just for his rights or whatever he owned?
What she would have been able to make if she hadn't died.
Ultimately, this complaint right here,
God damn,
this contract, this situation that he filled out is just
I think we're in an Airheads commercial.
Skip it. Skip. 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 This is why we never get anything done.
With Airheads, you can't not play.
Oh my goodness.
Even in a skip ad.
Airheads have more fun.
in my mind, a confession. This is him pretty much stating that there's going to be something happening at this music video shoot, and we're not going to be held for negligence. So there's a lot of mystery here, and honestly, in my mind, it's hard for me to wrap my mind around it and figure it out. It's hard for me to conceptualize, the time of how all of this happened. And I feel like there needs to be some deep documentary series into exactly what happened and pulling all the paperwork forward and really investigating Blackground Records for their involvement in this. I mean, I have to include a video clip that I found where pretty much Aaliyah's production stage manager is screaming they killed her. This was back when she passed away, and this person was just out in the crowd claiming that they took her life.
They killed her. And that's what I've been saying. They killed her.
Will justice ever be served for Aaliyah? Honestly, I don't know. I don't think so, but in some ways, maybe. I mean, I think the situation with R. Kelly is a form of justice, but I would hope that we would understand more about this plane crash before everyone's like passed away, because I do feel like there's something out there that points to who is exactly at fault here. I mean, is it Lenny Kravitz? Like, why did he send that plane in the first place? Is it her uncle? I mean, this man seems like he's a bad guy, and he's ruthless. And if her mother was hooking up with R. Kelly, I mean, did she even really care about her in the first place either? So here's my email. If you guys have any other video ideas for me, let's go ahead and open this P.O. Box package item. It looks like it's from Michelle. Michelle, thank you. I love the pink packaging, and it looks like
All right, yeah, I think we're done. Oh man, yeah. That is crazy. Oh my god. Yeah, Sloan is, like I said, Sloan doesn't give a damn. He's gonna deliver like all these like stories and investigations that a lot of people are afraid, especially the mainstream media and anybody else. So like damn, he's really risking it all. Like you gotta give him props where it is. Alright, I think that's it. See you guys tomorrow, and I'm out.